There's no better way to explore the gorgeous country of Portugal than by taking a road trip. You can enjoy the journey just as much as the destination, and you can see a lot during your trip. These 3 road trip itineraries will take you through various parts of Portugal and give you ideas about what to do when you're there. Welcome to MultiCityTrips, the multi-destination travel expert for personalized multi-city trips to Europe. And in today's video, we give you 3 of our favorite road trip itineraries that are perfect for 7, 10, or 14 days in Portugal. New to our travel channel? We post new videos every Monday and Thursday, so subscribe today and ring the bell so you don't miss out on our latest travel guide, inspiration, tips, and amazing travel itineraries available to your favorite destinations in Europe. To make the most of these Portugal road trip itineraries and travel guide, check out our recommended flights, hotels to stay in, and more things you can do at each destination in the video description below. For a full list of recommendations mentioned in any of our travel itineraries, click on the link provided in the description to access the blog post version of this guide from our website. Before we get started, here is what to know about renting a car in Portugal. If you're not a Portuguese citizen, you will need to make sure that you're allowed to drive in the country and have everything you need to be taken care of in advance. In many cases, your driver's license from another country will allow you to drive in Portugal for a certain amount of time without needing to apply for a specific international license. For example, a driver's license from the United States or the United Kingdom is valid in Portugal for visitors. Other than that, you likely won't need to worry about much else while renting a car in Portugal. Insurance is required, but many car rental companies will include this in their total fee. Some credit cards will actually include insurance for the account holder as well for car rentals, so be sure to double-check if this applies to you before your trip. Itinerary 1. 7-day Portugal road trip. Start your week-long adventure through Portugal in Porto, one of the most popular destinations in the country. You should plan on spending the first 2 days of your trip here, exploring the best of what the city has to offer, such as port wine and the historic city center. After a few days in Porto, continue onwards to the magnificent Douro Valley. Not only is it gorgeous, but it's famous for being the oldest wine-growing region in the world. Plan on spending at least 2 days here, exploring the vineyards and sampling some of the varieties of wine made here. Next, head south to the Douro Valley. It's close to the Douro Valley and is also a famous wine-growing region with a long history of producing some of the country's best wines. Spend at least a full day here, exploring the vineyards and sampling some of the product. Finally, you'll head to Coimbra, where you can spend your last 2 days of the trip. This preserved medieval town is located along the Mondego River and is full of whitewashed buildings with roofs in shades of red and orange. Itinerary 2. 10-day Portugal road trip. This road trip itinerary will take you through some lesser-known Portuguese destinations and is perfect for anyone who likes the great outdoors. Start your 10-day road trip through Portugal by heading to the beautiful Santa Maria de Feira. This town is located about a half-hour from the coast and is notable for its medieval history and monuments, such as the Castle of Santa Maria de Feira, which is the most complete medieval castle in the country. If you're visiting during the summer, try to visit when the Viagem Medieval em Terra de Santa Maria is occurring. This incredible Renaissance fair is bigger and more elaborate than most. After learning about Portugal's medieval history, head to the mountains of Serra da Estrela. Here you can hike, climb, and if you visit during the winter, you can even try skiing. Although Portugal has a fantastic mountainous region, it's often overlooked for the beaches, so you'll get to see a side of the country you may not have experienced before. From Serra da Estrela, you'll drive onwards to the medieval town of Serpa. Here you can experience much of Portugal's city life as well as its history. Spend 2 days exploring historic castles and walking along city walls while you imagine what life was like in medieval Portugal. Serpa also features a historic aqueduct and fantastic museums. After 2 days in Serpa, continue south and stop at the Parque Natural do Vale do Guadiana. This gorgeous park is located in the valley of the River Guardian and features sections of protected land that are open to visitors. The park can be explored as a day trip, but you can also stay nearby if you want to spend more time enjoying its natural beauty. Finish your 10-day Portugal road trip in Tavira. one of the many towns that are located within the Algarve region along the southern coast of the country. It's a great place to relax and unwind after a long road trip, so make sure you spend at least 2 nights here before heading home. Itinerary 3, 14-day Portugal road trip. If you're interested in exploring Portugal's beautiful beaches and dramatic coastlines, this 14-day road trip is perfect for you. Start in Porto, where you can spend around 3 days immersing yourself in the culture of one of Portugal's most popular destinations. Porto is famous for its port wine and fresh seafood dishes, so be sure to indulge during your stay. If you love to read, be sure to spend time browsing the stacks of books at Livraria Lelu, which is considered to be one of the most beautiful libraries in the world. Next, head to Nazaré, where you'll spend at least 1 night experiencing the serenity of Portuguese coastal life. Nazaré is known for being a fishing village, but it's also notable for its intimidating waves that attract surfers from all over the world. Although the waves are a bit too much for beginners, the views are fantastic, and you can even enjoy watching the pro surfers tackle those powerful waves. After Nazaré, continue on to Peniche and learn more about Portugal's history and see some incredible stone forts that date back centuries. The main fort was built in the 16th century and was extremely important for Portugal's military defenses over the years. The fort of São João Batista is the second largest fort of Peniche, and it's converted into a bed and breakfast, which is a great place to stay during your visit. After experiencing elements of Portugal's traditional coastal life, you'll take the scenic drive to Sintra, where you can spend 2 whole days. Visit the Palácio da Pena, as it's one of the country's most famous attractions. The vibrant yellow, red, and gray exteriors of this romanticist castle, as well as its location on top of a hill in the Sintra Mountains, make for a beautiful view. Enjoy a slower pace here and be sure to indulge in some local foods like queijada de Sintra, a type of sweet pastry. After exploring Sintra, drive south to Lisbon, Portugal's capital city. Plan on spending at least 2 full days enjoying everything it has to offer, such as historic ruins and a maze of historic alleyways and plazas. After Lisbon, you'll continue south, which makes it easy to stop and explore Vicentine Coast Natural Park. You can plan on spending a long day here, hiking and enjoying the ambiance the preserved natural space offers. There are many small villages to stop at as well, so you can choose any that intrigue you before continuing onward. You'll end your 14-day road trip in the Algarve, a resort area where you can stay at some amazing hotels and take part in some great outdoor recreational activities. You should plan on spending at least 2 or 3 nights here at the end of your road trip so you can fully enjoy everything the Algarve has to offer. There are many beaches to visit, and you'll likely arrive in Sagres or Lagos first. But there are many towns that line Portugal's southern coast, so you'll be spoiled for choice. There you have it, 3 of our favorite Portugal road trip itineraries that will let you visit the country for 7, 10, or 14 days. We hope you find our itineraries and guide helpful, and if you are planning a trip inspired by our itineraries, ensure to check our recommended of the best flights, hotels you can stay in, and best things to do during your visit in the video description below. Need help planning and finding the best vacation package to Portugal or other destinations in Europe? Visit us at MultiCityTrips.com today and see how our travel experts can help you design and personalize your European vacation.